श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये भूरंहांश्च नरो नीलोऽम्बरमहर्नाथो हिमांशु पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदम् यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत् किंचन विद्यते विमृशताम् यस्मात् परस्माद् विभोः तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदम् यस्मादमुष्मिंस्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमननात् ध्यानाच्च संकीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूति सहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्ध्येतत् पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहतम् तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये हरि ओम।
Mahadev, 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 Mahadev. Is the sound okay? Am I audible?
Yes, Swamiji. It is okay, Swamiji.
I suppose then we can start. Is it already going live?
Yes, Swamiji. It is already live.
We can start the recording in that case. Om. Om Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tamha Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye Om Shant Shant Shanti Om Namo Brahma ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम्। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततम् पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। ओम्। ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन मयि विश्वं प्रकल्पितम् श्रीमत्स्वयं प्रकाशाख्यम् प्रणौमि जगतां गुरुम्। यः परमात्मा जगत्सृष्ट्वा प्रविवेश पुनः स्वयम् तं कृष्णं प्रत्यगात्मानम् वन्दे गोपी मनोहरम्। यस्य प्रसादादहमद्वयात्मा विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदाश्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि। गुरूणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरम् तत्कृपालेशतोऽद्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे। ओम्। On page number 80 in the main text, original Moola Grantha, सामान्य विशेषयोः इव जाति व्यक्त्योः इव च समष्टि व्यष्ट्योः तादात्म्य अभ्युपगमात् तद उपहितयोः तैजस सूत्रात्मनोः अपि तादात्म्यम्। Now, between the conditionings, what are the conditionings? The samashti and the vyashti. And what is that is conditioned? The consciousness is conditioned by the conditionings, two conditionings, samashti and vyashti. When the consciousness is conditioned by the condition called as samashti, the conditioned consciousness is called as Hiranyagarbha, Sutratma or Pran. Three names. And when the consciousness is conditioned by Vyashti, individuality, the consciousness is called as Taijasa. The teacher further says that there is tadatmyam between this samashti and vyashti. Since there is this tadatmyam between samashti and vyashti, therefore there is tadatmyam even between that what is the conditioned expression, namely Sutratma and Taichasa. Okay, for which now he provides us an example, which we have seen, even before. But how that example is used over here, look at it. Samanya Vishesha Yoho Iva. Because now, through the example, the Purva Paksha, meaning the opponent, is going to lead the discussion to the next point. And therefore, this is important before we go to the next topic of discussion. Samanya Vishesha Yoho Iva. Like the general and specific. Between general and specific, there is tadatmyam. We have now understood the word tadatmyam. And how would you define it if you have to use the same Sanskrit line? What is tadatmyam? Bheda sahishnu abhedaha. Athava. How will we say in the still the same thing, a little differently? Bhinnatve sati abhinnatvam tadatmyam. Okay. Bhinnatve sati abhinnatvam. Though it is different, yet it cannot be called as different. So the non-difference is tolerant of the difference. Bheda sahishnu abhedaha. Okay. Jati vyaktyoho iva. Like the member of a particular species and the species. Jati is species and Vyakti is the member of that species. Cow is the member. Cowness is the Jati. Is that okay? So now species. So this between the Jati and Vyakti, there is a Tadatmyam. We have seen how. Because when you say cow, the cow necessarily will have cowness. You cannot separate the cow and cowness. But even if the cow dies, the cowness has finished, or the cowness also becomes extinct, is not what you can say. Because that cowness is still available in yet another cow. So the member and the species, the cowness, has got what? Tadatmyam. That is abheda. But this abheda is how? Bheda sahishnu. It is tolerant of the difference. There is non-difference, but that non-difference is tolerant of the difference. Like that, there is tadatmyam between the conditionings and there is tadatmyam between the conditioned expressions. Okay. What is conditioned? Consciousness. But when the consciousness is conditioned by samashti, it will be called as sutratma. When the consciousness is conditioned by Vyashti, individuality, it will be called as Taijasa. So between Hiranyagarbha or between the Sutratma and Taijasa, there is Tadatmyam. Okay, there is Tadatmyam. The next thing which he had raised was why is he talking about this Tadatmyam over here? Because the Purva Pakshi, even without saying, already was asking a question that this knowledge of Samashti and Vyashti, Hiranyagarbha and Taijasa, all this is of no use because it does not have any purpose. Then we have shown you that yes, there is a purpose. There is a purpose, and that purpose is attainment of Hiranyagarbha Pada. Okay, it is meant for meditation, and through this meditation, what does one gain? One now identifies himself as Hiranyagarbha. Of course, after this body is shed. Okay. Okay. Now, tad anusandhana upayogittvena sadrishtantam samashtivyastyoho tadatmya pratipadanena tad upahitayoho api tadatmyam pratipadayati. So the original text now gives you two examples to understand that tadatmyam. First is between that what is general and specific. Okay, this is one part. And the other example makes you understand between this the member of the species and the species. Okay, now let us look at it. We are on the line number 3 in the commentary section. Dravyatwadi samanyam prithvi jaladi visheshaha satta samanyam dravyam gunadirva visheshaha ghatatwadi jati prithu buddhodaka prithu buddhodarakara घटादिर व्यक्ति ही ततश्च तथा सामान्य विशेषयोः तादात्म्यं सर्वैः अभ्युपेयते जाति व्यक्तयोः वा तथा सामान्य व्यष्टि सूक्ष्म शरीरयोः तादात्म्यं अभ्युपेयते अस्माभिः. Now the Vaisheshika school okay, the Vaisheshika school, the school of logicians, they accept that dravyatva is what is called as samanyam. Dravyatvam samanyam. Substance is what is dravya means substance. I'm going to use this word, substance is samanyam. According to them, there are navadravyas, 9 dravyas. Even we have seen this in a little bit of the Vaisheshika school earlier. I hope people have not forgotten so quickly. Okay. Now, there are 9 dravyas. The whole world is considered, they have brought it under these categories, 9 dravyas. Understand them, you have understood the whole world. There are 9 dravyas. Okay. So, dravyatvadi samanyam prithvi jaladi visheshaha. The substance is what is common, but Prithvi, the earth element, is one substance. Water is yet another substance. So now you can say Dravyam is common, but Prithvi is not Jala. Jala means the water is not Prithvi. Something that is, the water is not Prithvi, but and Prithvi is not Jala. So these are two different substances. But as a substance, water is also a substance. Prithvi is also a substance. Okay. So now the substance is something that is general, but water as a substance is specific. Prithvi as a substance is specific. So between the general and specific, there is tadatmyam. What is there? Tadatmyam. You can say is the same thing, but can you just say that Prithvi is substance, but substance is Prithvi? Will you be able to say, that yes, just as Prithvi is substance, but will you be able to say substance means Prithvi? No, because if there is water, that water is also substance, but it is not Prithvi. And therefore, between between these two, that what is general and that what is specific, there is non-difference which tolerates the difference. Bhinnatve sati abhinnatvam is there between that what is general and that what is specific. Okay. Satta samanyam. Then he takes you a little further. Existence is something that is samanya, general. But gunadirva visheshaha. Now things like the attributes also exist and the substance also exists. Okay. So existence is something common between the substance and the attribute, guna. But can you say guna is the substance? No. The substance can carry the attribute, but attribute is not the substance. Yet, the attribute also has existence and the substance also has existence. And therefore, what have we found? According to them, the Vaisheshika school. So, satta, the existence, do not understand existence as we mean to say existence means consciousness. No, their existence is not like that. So existence is something that is general and common, but dravya and guna is something that is different. So that it is specific. And so general and specific have got tadatmyam. General and specific has tadatmyam. It is non-different, which tolerates the difference. The second example that he has given is that of jati and yakti, species and the member of species. Jati and the member of that jati. Now look at that. Ghata, what pot, and ghatatva, the potness. Potness is the jati, the species. He is not using the cow, but he is now telling you about pot. Potness. So there can be a small pot, there can be a big pot, there can be a tiny pot, there can be a plastic pot, there can be a clay pot, there can be a metal pot. You see, all of these are pots, which means that all of them have partness which is common. They have partness. Partness is there which will always be there in every member. Yet, can you just say a clay pot is only pot? The metal pot, a plastic pot is not a pot. Can you say that? No. Therefore, there is a difference and there is non-difference. And that non-difference is tolerant, which accepts the difference. So between Ghatatvajatihi and Ghatadi Vyaktihi. What is Ghata Vyakti? Prithu Budhno Darakar. Udara means the pot, the belly, the round bellied with an you know with certain the idea of a pot, that it has got an opening on the top. There is yet this new problem. Opening on the pot top, and it has got a round belly and so. So now, Prithu Budhnodharakar Ghatadi Vyaktihi. Takascha, just as we have seen over there, between Samanya and Vishesha, Jati and Vyakti, there is Tadatmyam. We are going to say there is Tadatmyam between the conditionings, and there is Tadatmyam between the two conditioned expressions. Got it? That is what we have to say. Abhyupeyate asmatihi. That is what is accepted by us. Now the sentence is complete. This is what he has to say. The Purva Paksha comes to express. He says, Nanu Jati Vyaktiyoho Vaisheshikadibhihi Samavaya Bhyupakamat Katham Tadrishtantena Samashtivyashtyoho Tadatmya Bhyupakamiti Chet. No. He says, Sir, you have given two examples, and both the examples the Vaisheshikas use to say that between the general and specific, and between the jati and vyakti, they do not say there is between them, they do not say there is tadatmya. They say it is samavaya sambandha. What do they use the word? Samavaya sambandha. And according to them, samavaya sambandha is not tadatmya. It is some sort of a relationship. It is a sambandha. It is a sambandha. It is a relationship. But it is not tadatmyam. No, remember that for sambandha, for any sambandha, you require two things. You require two things. And between these two members, this sambandha will exist. There cannot be sambandha between just this one thing. The finger is a part of the palm. So between the finger and the palm, there can be some sambandha of the part and the whole. Avayava and avayavi. there can be a sambandha. So you require two things for the sambandha to be there. General and specific, there are two things. So between these two, now there is the possibility of having a relationship. What kind of relationship? The Vedanti says it is tadatmyam. Whereas the Vaisheshika says it is not tadatmyam, it is samavaya sambandha. So somebody is going to come and he is going to say, sir, you both are using two different words. The words may be different, but what you mean is the same thing. Correct? What you mean to say is the same thing. All that is there is you both agree there is general and there is specific, or there is jati and there is vyakti, and between these two there is a sambandh. You are using the word tadatmyam, Mr. Vedanti, and Vaisheshika is using the word samavaya sambandha. Actually, both of them are saying the same thing. And therefore, now we ask the Vaisheshika that what exactly do you mean to say by samavaya sambandha? What is it that you want to tell us by using the word samavaya? So the Vaisheshika says samavaya means a sambandha, a, a connection, a sambandha which is nityam. How is it? Nityam, always. So between the general and specific, like the dravya is general, substance is general, but specific. The prithvi, jala is specific. So between the specific and general, there is a sambandha. And how is this sambandha? It is nityam. It is always there. It will always exist. It will always exist. Just as between the general and specific, we also can say between the jati and vyakti too, there is a sambandha, and that is nitya. So as long as there is vyakti, the jati will also be there. Okay. Jati will always be there. So their sambandha is nityam. Now, by such a claim, we understand that the Nayayika Vaisheshika, the logician, wants to say that there is a sambandha, and this sambandha is forever. Nitya. Nitya. Now, just pause for a minute over here, just for the sake of a little change of thing. What do they call it? Prasangantara. I'm just taking you, derailing you for a little while, or it could be a little longer tour. But here, now there are these two people, the boy and the girl, and then they fall in love, and then they say, I will love you forever. Our relationship is forever. Now please tell, your relationship is forever, even by going by the standards of a Nayayika. The Nayayika says between the member of the species and species, the relationship is forever. Or between that is general and specific, the relationship is forever. Or between guna and guni, the attribute and the holder of the attribute, the relationship is forever. Or between the avayava and avayavi, the relationship is forever. Now, please tell Mr. Boy and Miss Girl, amongst you two, for the relationship to be forever, are you Dravya or are you Avayava and Avayavi? Are you the attribute and the wielder of the attribute? Or are you Vyakti and Jati? What are you? So that the relationship will be forever. Tell us. Even if there is a relationship which can be understood for a relationship forever. Now you can go and tie the locks on that bridge in Venice. Forever, locked forever. And throw the thing in the sea. Key in the sea, locked. Now the locks on that bridge are so much that the local municipality actually has to cut them off. So many. So 25 years afterwards, you go, see, this lock, my previous girlfriend and I put, now we will put forever. You tell. For a relationship to be forever, even by the standards of the Nayayika, Vaisheshika, you both require either to be Avayava, Avayavi, Guna, Guni, Jati, Vyakti, and you are nothing of this. Then how can it be forever? But there is yet another problem. And the problem is, when this Nayayika Vaisheshika is saying that this the Samavaya Sambandha is forever, which means it is Nityam, it is not accepted by the Vedanta. Why, sir? Why are you against having a relationship that can be forever? Nityam. Why? You are jealous or what of other people? Huh? I'm not jealous. Whatever is said over here has to be in tandem with Pramana. Because we are saying Lakshana Pramana Bhyam Vastu Siddhi. Whenever anything has to be proven, that will be proven through the Lakshana and Pramana. Something is not established just because I like it or I don't like it. That is called as whims and fancies. And Pramana means the appropriate means of knowledge. Lakshana means the characteristic which does not a correct characteristic which does not overspill or which is not what do they call example is this, you have listened to it even before. If somebody asks what is a cow and you say cow is a mammal, by giving this characteristic, have you defined what is a cow? Because you can catch a camel, you can catch a buffalo, you can catch even a whale. It is also a mammal. But can it be called as a cow? No. So this definition or of the cow as a mammal, just as a mammal, is not enough to establish, to identify, to know what is cow. It has not helped you. If I say cow is an animal which is brown in color, There is a white cow, there is a black cow, there are spotted cows. So yes, there is a brown cow. But you have taken only a portion of that, of the Lakshya. And therefore it is not, it is an incomplete definition. The earlier thing was that it was a definition which overspilled. It was overspilling. This is a definition which is incomplete. So whenever you want to make a definition, the definition should be such that it neither overspills, nor does it, nor is it incomplete. Okay. Avyapti, ativyapti, or even asambhavana dosharahitam is lakshana. Or you define something which is an impossibility. Cow is an animal that flies. Hey? Cow is an animal that flies. You know, somebody from the shipping industry was telling me, when I had given this example, they were telling that many years ago, there actually was a case that one ship, one vessel in the ocean drowned, and they had to claim the insurance for it. So they asked, why did it drown? What caused that accident? The ocean that day was also calm, and you were selling off well. How can the boat, the vessel, drown just like that? And they said, 4 cows came flying from the sky and fell into the boat, and it drowned, causing, it that is what made it drown. 4 cows came flying from the sky. Now, flying cow is an impossibility. Then later on an inquiry, they found out that it was not wrong. The cows really came flying. But you know how? So there was a flight going, and they had whatever, they were carrying the cows. And when the cows were thus flying in that aircraft, they became restless and unmanageable. So these people actually pushed the 4 animals down, and they fell into the water. But a cow, if you make a definition of a cow as an animal that flies, it cannot, it is an impossibility. It is a defective definition. So when you want to know the cow, you will require eyes. You will require also the previous knowledge as what can be called as a cow. And thus, when your eyes are able to meet the animal, now the knowledge takes place. This is a cow. So the eyes are your equipment for knowledge to take place. And this is pramanam. And the lakshanam is also there with you. Then you know what is a cow. Otherwise, even if that cow comes in front of your eyes will see the color and form, yet you will not know this is cow. And even if you have the definition and you do not have the eyes, when the pramanam does not function, you will still not know it is a cow. And therefore, for you to know this is it, Vastu Siddhi, for Vastu Siddhi to take place, you will require pramanam as well as lakshanam. So therefore, lakshana pramanabhyam Vastu Siddhi has to take place. So when we are saying that tadatmyam and samavaya is not same, it is not out of our whim and fancy. Because samavaya is something which the Nayayika says